In Freestyle 5, I pointed out the concept of margin collapse. I found an image which will better demonstrate visually. So again, if you have an element, and that element has, in this example, 30 pixels of margin on the bottom, and underneath is another element, and that element has a margin of 20 pixels on the top. So what happens is the margins collapse to form a single margin, and the largest of the two wins. So the result, as you see here, will be 30 pixels. Okay, so the concept of margin collapse. Now what's important is left to right, or excuse me, right to left, or the space in between elements, that does not collapse. They do get added up. Okay, so just remember that vertically, the bottom and the tops, whichever is largest, wins. All right, okay, let's get back to what we were doing, and that is next we're going to deal with the H3, and we're going to deal with H3 on a couple of levels. First, we're going to add some margin to the top, which will separate the H3 from whatever is above it, and we're going to add a little more padding to open this space up, and I might reduce the point size of the type, and well, we're going to check the font weight. And then we'll deal with the fact that some of the type in the H3s, there's a lot more type. So we're going to target specific H3s and make them longer. Okay, so let's go to our code, and let's just go ahead and take a look at our H3, our first one, which is right here. Okay, and I don't believe, so this would be after HR. We have not addressed main, and we're going to do that. Actually, we'll do H3, then we'll come back and we'll address main. Okay, so let's find our HR, and following the HR would be main, which we'll deal with in the next video, and then we have H3. So let's target H3 like so, and we'll add some space, and let's go ahead and set or I think we did. I might be getting ahead of myself. Did I do? There it is right there. I just had them out of order as far as my word spacing, line height, and font variant styles. So I'm going to get rid of this, and we'll just scroll down and we'll get H3, and I'll go ahead and just cut this and go up to our HR, and we'll paste. And in doing so, let's just double check. Yes, I have box sizing. And I sort of forgot about the different rules that might have had box sizing. And remember that universal selector is going to deal with this. So I'm going to just comment out box sizing, like so. And let's just check below, no box sizing. So I'm just going to go through, and anywhere I see box sizing, I'm going to comment out box sizing. And there it is on the header. So let's comment out here. I forgot all about commenting out all the other box sizing. So we'll just let the universal selector approach add box sizing to all of our elements. Let's go ahead and save. And now we'll scroll down and find H3. So our width, our height, let's go ahead and on our padding, we'll add, I'm going to go with 4, and we'll go with 4 on the bottom. And just to make sure we have enough, we'll do 4 and 4 on the right and the left. Now, font size. I'm going to drop my font size down to 16. And actually, we're going to have our type running in one single line, so we're not going to have space in between. So I could comment out line height, or I could just adjust this so in case there were 2 lines. So 16 point, we could probably get away with 20 here. Okay, so let's just save and take a look at what we have. All right, so that looks a little better, meaning the size of the font and the space around the font. Okay, so let's just go ahead and quickly go back, and on the margin we'll add 30px on the top. And then when we style our p tags later on, we'll probably put some margin on the top of those to move them away from the bottom of our H3. So let's just go ahead and save and refresh. Okay, good. That's working out here nicely as far as that space. All right, so in the next video, what we will do is we will now deal with these 2 elements. I believe it's only those 2. When I say elements, these 2 H3 elements, we'll deal with these specifically with a custom class to make to adjust their length.